Have you ever had a light pop up on your dashboard and thought, is my car about to break down? Or can I just keep driving? Here's the truth. That little symbol could mean the difference between a quick $50 fix or a $5,000 disaster if you ignore it. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 15 dashboard warning lights every driver needs to know. Not just what they mean, but the real-world costs if you ignore them. Plus quick DIY checks you can do before paying a mechanic. And stick with me until the end, because I'll reveal the one warning light that most drivers, and even mechanics, dangerously overlook, and why it can destroy your car in minutes. In-car advice that saves money sounds good. Hit subscribe right now so you never miss a tip. Color code basics. Before we dive into the list, let's set the ground rules. Most warning lights fall into 3 simple color codes, and understanding them instantly tells you how serious the problem is. 8 green or blue lights. These are informational. Think of them as friendly reminders. For example, high beams on or cruise control active. No panic needed. Yellow or amber lights. This means caution. Something isn't urgent yet, but it needs attention soon. Like low tire pressure or a sensor acting up. Red lights. Stop immediately. These mean danger. Ignoring them could damage your car or put your safety at risk. Think engine overheating, brake system failure, or no oil pressure. Remember this simple rule. Green, good, yellow, check soon. Red, stop now. Alright, now let's break down the first and most common warning light every driver dreads. Warning light number 1, check engine light. The most famous and most feared warning of them all. The check engine light. It usually looks like a little engine outline, or sometimes it literally says check engine. Now here's the thing. It doesn't always mean your engine is about to explode. Sometimes it's something simple, like a loose gas cap. Other times it's serious, like a misfire or faulty sensor. Here's my rule of thumb. If the light is steady and the car feels normal, don't panic. Schedule a diagnostic check with an OBD scanner as soon as possible. If the light is flashing or the engine feels rough, that's bad. Pull over immediately. Driving like this can cause major damage. I've seen engines destroyed in under 30 minutes because people ignored a flashing check engine light. Quick DIY tip. Always check your gas cap first. Believe it or not, a loose cap is one of the top reasons this light comes on. Cost, if ignored. From a $50 sensor replacement to a $3,000 puns and rebuild. Warning light number 2, oil pressure light. This one is an absolute engine killer if you ignore it. The oil pressure light usually looks like an old-fashioned oil can with a little drip. When this light comes on, it means your engine might not be getting enough oil pressure. And oil is the lifeblood of your engine. Without it, those metal parts grind together and heat up fast. DIY check. Pull over safely, grab the dipstick, and check your oil level. If it's low, add the recommended oil right away and see if the light goes off. If the light stays on, stop driving. Do not risk it. This could mean a failing oil pump, a serious leak, or worn-out engine part. Cost if ignored. I've seen drivers turn a $20 oil top-up into a $4,000 engine replacement, just by continuing to drive with this light on. Warning light number 3, battery charging system. 230-310. The battery warning light is easy to spot. It looks exactly like a car battery. But here's the myth. Most people think it just means the battery is bad. Not always true. This light actually points to a problem with your entire charging system, which includes the battery, alternator, and wiring. Sometimes the car will still run fine for a while, but if this light stays on, it means your battery isn't charging properly. DIY tip. If you've got a voltmeter, check that your alternator is outputting around 13-14 volts. If ignored, your car will eventually die in the middle of the road, and you won't even be able to restart it. Cost if ignored. A new battery is about $150, but a bad alternator can cost $400. And trust me, it always fails at the worst time. Warning light number 4, coolant temperature light. The coolant temperature light usually looks like a thermometer sitting in water. When this comes on, it means your engine is overheating. Overheating can be caused by low coolant, a leaking hose, a broken water pump, or even a damaged radiator. This is a serious warning. If you keep driving with this light on, you risk blowing a head gasket, or even destroying the engine completely. DIY tip: pull over immediately, turn off the engine, and let the car cool down before checking anything. Never open the radiator cap on a hot engine. Once it's cooled, check the coolant level and top it up if it's low. If the light stays on, get the car towed and inspected.
Cost if ignored. An overheated engine can easily lead to repairs costing between $1,500 and $4,000.
Warning light number 5. Brake system warning light. The brake system warning light usually shows up as a circle with an exclamation mark inside, or it might simply say brake. Sometimes it comes on if you've left the parking brake engaged, but if the parking brake is released and the light stays on, it could mean something far more serious, like low brake fluid, worn brake pads, or even a fault with the anti-lock braking system. DIY tip: first, make sure the parking brake is fully released. Then check the brake fluid level. If it's low, you might have a leak or worn out pads. Either way, don't ignore this light. Brakes are your most important safety system. Cost if ignored. You could go from a simple $100 brake pad replacement to a total brake failure that risks your life and costs thousands in damage. Warning light number 6. ABS warning light. The ABS warning light shows up as the letters ABS inside a circle. It relates to your anti-lock braking system. When this light comes on, it means there's a problem with the ABS sensors or the system itself. Now your regular brakes will still work, but without ABS, your car might skid or lose control during an emergency stop, especially on wet or icy roads. DIY tip: sometimes dirt or debris on a wheel speed sensor can trigger this light. Cleaning the area around the wheel hub may help, but in most cases you'll need a diagnostic scan to pinpoint the fault. Cost if ignored. Driving without ABS increases your stopping distance and safety risk. Repairs can range from $150 for a sensor replacement to over $1,000 if the ABS control module fails.
Warning light number 7. Airbag warning light. The airbag warning light usually looks like a person sitting with a circle in front of them.
ABS control module failed. It comes on briefly when you start the car, that's normal. But if it stays on while driving, that means there's a problem with the airbag system. Here's the dangerous part: your car will still drive perfectly fine, but in a crash, the airbags may not deploy at all. Some drivers ignore this light because it doesn't affect daily driving, but that's a huge mistake. DIY tip: this one is not a do-it-yourself fix. It usually requires a diagnostic scan and professional repair. Safety systems should never be ignored. Cost if ignored. Repairs can range from $200 for a faulty sensor to well over $1,500 if an airbag module needs replacement.
Quick pause. If this video is helping you understand your car better, hit that subscribe button right now.
I post simple tips every week that save drivers serious money.
Warning light number 8. Transmission temperature light 645. This warning looks like a thermometer inside a gear symbol, and it tells you that your transmission is overheating.
Overheating often happens if you're towing a heavy load, driving in very hot conditions, or running with low transmission fluid. If you ignore this light, you risk burning up the transmission, a repair that can cost more than the car itself. DIY tip: if this light comes on, pull over safely and let the vehicle cool down. Check your transmission fluid level and condition. Burnt or low fluid is a red flag. Cost if ignored. A transmission rebuild or replacement can run anywhere from Warning light number 9. Tire pressure warning light. 645-720. The tire pressure monitoring system, or TPMS, shows up as a horseshoe shape with an exclamation mark in the middle. When this light comes on, it means one or more of your tires is underinflated or sometimes even overinflated. Driving with incorrect tire pressure affects fuel economy, handling, and can even cause a blowout at highway speed. Many modern cars will even show the exact tire and pressure on the dashboard screen, which makes it easier to spot the problem. DIY tip: check all 4 tires with a gauge and inflate them to the manufacturer's recommended PSI, usually found on a sticker inside the driver's door. If the light stays on, you may have a puncture or slow leak that needs professional attention. Cost if ignored. Running on low tire pressure can destroy a tire and hurt your suspension. A blowout could cost you hundreds in tires or thousands in accident damage. Warning light number 10. Traction control and stability control. This warning light usually shows a car with wavy lines underneath it. Most of the time, it flashes briefly when the system is actively working. Like if you hit a patch of snow, rain, or loose gravel. That's normal and means the system is keeping your car stable. But if the light stays on constantly during normal driving, it signals a fault in the system, often a bad wheel speed sensor or an electronic issue. Without traction or stability control, your car is far more likely to skid or spin out in slippery conditions. DIY tip: if it only flashes occasionally in bad weather, that's fine. But if it's always on, you'll need a scan to find out which sensor or module has failed. Cost if ignored. You can still drive, but you're losing a major safety feature. A single sensor might cost $150. Warning light number 11. Lane keep assist off. The lane keep assist off light usually looks like a car drifting between two lane lines. When this light is on, it means your lane keeping system is turned off or not functioning. This system uses cameras to detect lane markings and gently helps steer you back if you drift. If the light comes on while you're driving, it could simply mean you turned the feature off in the settings. But if you didn't, it may be caused by a dirty or blocked camera or a system fault. DIY tip: clean the windshield around the camera area and check your settings. If the warning stays, it's time for a diagnostic check. Cost if ignored. While the car will still drive, you lose a major safety. Repairs can range from a simple sensor recalibration to $1,000 or more for camera replacements. Warning light number 12. Automatic emergency braking disabled. The AEB disabled light usually shows up as a car with an exclamation mark or a star in front of it. This system is designed to stop your car automatically if it detects an imminent collision, and it's one of the most important modern safety features. If this light appears in heavy rain, snow, or when the radar sensor is dirty, that's normal. But if it stays on in good weather, there's likely a fault in the system. DIY tip: clean the front sensor or radar area on your grille. If the warning continues, schedule a check right away, because this system could save your life in an emergency. Cost if ignored. You risk losing a critical safety feature. Sensor cleaning is free, but replacement radar units can cost $500. Warning light number 13. Low fuel light. The low fuel light is one of the simplest but most familiar warnings. It looks like a small gas pump icon, and when it comes on, it means you're running low on fuel. Most cars turn this light on when you have about 30 to 50 miles of range left. Driving on empty not only risks leaving you stranded, but it can also damage your fuel pump over time since the pump relies on fuel for cooling. DIY tip: refill as soon as possible. Also notice the tiny arrow next to the gas pump icon. That tells you which side of the car your fuel cap is on. Cost if ignored. Running out of fuel might cost you a tow, and repeated empty tank driving could lead to a $500. Warning light number 14. Washer fluid warning light. This light looks like a windshield with water spraying across it. When it shows up, it simply means your washer fluid is low. It's not urgent in terms of mechanics, but it becomes a real problem if your windshield gets dirty and you can't clear it, especially at night or in bad weather. DIY tip: refill the washer fluid reservoir with the correct mixture for your climate. Some even have antifreeze to prevent freezing in winter. Cost if ignored. Very low, but the risk is driving blind and poor visibility. It's an easy fix most people can do in minutes. Warning light number 15. Glow plug warning light. For diesel car owners, the glow plug warning light is an important one. It usually looks like a curly coil or spring symbol. This light shows up when the glow plugs are warming the engine before a cold start. If it flashes or stays on while driving, that means one or more glow plugs may be failing, or there's a fault in the preheating system. Ignoring it can cause hard starts, rough idling, or increased emissions, especially in cold weather. DIY tip: always wait for the glow plug light to turn off before starting a diesel in the winter. If the light keeps flashing, have the plugs tested and replaced as needed. Cost if ignored. Replacing glow plugs might cost $200 to $600, but ignoring bad plugs can stress the starter and battery, leading to higher repair bill. The most ignored but deadly warning light. Now, out of all the lights we've talked about, there are two that drivers most often ignore, and both can destroy your car. The first is the oil pressure light. I once had a customer who thought he could just drive home with the oil light on. He made it about 10 minutes before the engine seized completely. What could have been a $20 bottle of oil turned into a $4,000 repair bill. The second is the brake system warning light. Some drivers assume it's just the parking brake, but when it signals low fluid or worn pads, ignoring it can mean total brake failure. And when your brakes fail, it's not just money on the line, it's your life. So if you take only one thing from this video, remember this: never ignore red lights, especially oil pressure and brake system warnings.
Conclusion. Now you know what these dashboard lights really mean. And more importantly, what can happen if you ignore them.
Some are simple, like low washer fluid, but others are critical warnings that can destroy your engine or compromise your safety in minutes. The next step is just as important: knowing the quick DIY checks and fixes you can do at home before spending money at the mechanic. That's why I've made a full video showing you exactly how to deal with the most common dashboard lights on your own. Click right here to watch that video, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another tip that could save you thousands of dollars in repair. Stay safe, drive smart, and I'll see you in the next